in today's video, I'm going to be revealing something to you. I have a little secret that is about some giant news, and I'm really, really excited to tell you guys. So let's just dive in. Just make sure that you're subscribed. Follow me on Instagram. I do a lot of lifestyle and travel videos over here, and I would love to have you. I'd love to have you stick around, but I do have some really big news that I want to share with you. So let's just jump into the video. Okay, so a lot of you guys know, I'm gonna repeat this even if you don't. I lived in my car on and off for years, driving around the country, lived in this little car, driving around the country. And sometimes I would live in my car, sometimes I would get apartments, sometimes I would be driving around the country, sometimes I would stay in the same place for a little while. About a year and a half ago, I decided to get an apartment in Charleston. And then about a year ago, I moved to Nashville to stay with one of my best friends for the last year. I was very grateful to have a place to stay in Nashville for the last year. However, a lot of you guys know that I just was not enjoying Nashville very much. You know, I used to live in Nashville in my 20s. I visited 1,000 times and I usually really, really loved it. But there was just something about it this time. I don't know if my priorities have changed. I don't know if my perception has changed. I don't know if what I'm looking for has changed, or if the city itself and the people and the vibe there has changed, or maybe a mixture of all of that. I'm not entirely sure, but I just did not like it this past year that I was there. I was starting to feel a little extra stuck and stagnant. Part of that could be because I was there for so long and I don't usually do well staying in a place for that long. So part of it could be that. I think there were a lot of factors, but the reality is that I was feeling stuck. I was feeling, you know, a little bit more depressed. I was not enjoying my time there. I did not feel as like go-gettery as I usually do. I was not feeling as like excited to do things and to get out of the house and to explore. I just wasn't. Again, it probably a lot of me, but it could just be because of where I was as well. I think sometimes your surroundings do impact your brain, your mental health, your level of excitement and stuff like that. I do think that your surroundings can impact that. But yeah, so as much as I was grateful to have a place to stay and be with one of my best friends, I just knew that it was bringing me down and I knew that it was not great for me. And I'm sure a lot of you guys noticed that. I think we've talked about it once or twice, but I'm sure a lot of you guys even noticed that as well, that I have not been as consistent uploading my videos. And even the ones that I did upload, they weren't as much adventure-y, you know? And I was barely exploring. I was barely doing anything that I know is good for me or right for me. I just felt really, 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 really low the last year. But the reason I stayed is because I didn't really know what else I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to get back on the road. I didn't know if I wanted to go find somewhere else to stay. I didn't know. I was in Nashville for about a year. I think I moved the first week of June, and our lease was up at the end of May. And so by the time you're watching this video, I'm recording it today and I'm posting it today. So you're watching this, if you're watching it when I upload it, like the first week of June. Or is it the second week already? What day is it? It's June 8th. My goodness, I didn't realize. Anyway, the lease at the apartment that I was at with my friend was up, and so we both ended up moving out. He ended up just moving somewhere else, and I still did not know where I wanted to go. I still did not know if I wanted to get back on the road or if I wanted to move somewhere else. All I really knew was that I did not want to be in Nashville anymore. And so when the lease was up, I took that opportunity to just take action, you know, because if you're miserable with something, even if you don't feel like a real solid answer, sometimes you got to take action and just see. Trial and error, you know? And sometimes you're going to fail, but that's okay. If you never fail in your life, it means that you've never taken an opportunity. You've never taken a chance. You've never done anything outside of your comfort zone. So I'm okay failing. I just wanted to do something different. And it just took me a little longer than I hoped. Maybe I should have done this 6 months ago, but I didn't. Again, it's already done. So now our lease was up. I didn't know where I wanted to go. But then I was able to decide where I wanted to be now, just for a very, very temporary time being. I am in New York. A lot of you guys know that I grew up on Long Island, and over the years I will come back and visit, whether it's for a few days or for a couple months, but I decided to come back. And I'm not gonna tell you guys where I'm staying or anything, but I will be seeing some of my friends. I will be seeing some of my family as well. And I will, yeah, probably be here for at least another few weeks, if not another few months. And so why that's, I mean, it's exciting for a few reasons. One, I get to spend time with some of my family and some of my friends that I haven't really seen a lot over the last year and a half. But also, every other time that I visited New York since I started YouTube, I haven't really shown you guys a lot of Long Island, and I don't really know why. I think it might be, I don't know, but it might be because like when I come back here, I'm just kind of focused on seeing my friends and my family, and I'm not thinking about more touristy, adventure-y stuff. I don't know if that's really why, but there's something, like when I'm on Long Island, I think it's just like, oh, well, this is where I grew up, so I'm just gonna do what I normally do, you know? Like, I feel like I haven't been back here and then been like, I'm gonna do a lot of adventure stuff and I'm gonna explore a lot. except for this time. This is the time that I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of Long Island and potentially a little bit of New York City as well, because Long Island, if you guys don't know, is basically like a suburb of New York City. It's eastern of New York City, and it's just a real Long Island. I have it tattooed on my arm. It's a Long Island. And so maybe I'll show you a little bit of the city, but then I want to explore. I want to explore the place I grew up, because Long Island is huge. I definitely have not seen most of it at all, and I haven't shown you guys a lot of it either. And so I think over the next few weeks, there's going to be a lot of like travel vlogs. And so I hope that you guys are excited. I'm excited to get back into like the travel mentality. Even though this is where I grew up, there are so many places that I have not seen, or maybe that I saw when I was a kid, but that I haven't seen as an adult. And there are a ton of places that I haven't shown you guys. And so I'm going to show you some of my favorite restaurants, maybe some of the places I went to growing up, maybe some, you know, like insider perspective of someone who grew up on Long Island. But then I also want to show you guys some of like the more famous stuff they talk about on TV, stuff like that. So I want to show you the Hamptons. I want to show you like Montauk Point and Orient Point, like the way, like where like little fishtail is at the end. The southern one's Montauk Point, the northern one is Orient Point. I went to Montauk Point once when I was a kid, but I have not been back as an adult, and I don't think I've ever been to Orient Point. And so I want to go see those places. I want to show you guys. Maybe I'll show you around New York City a little bit. Maybe I'll show you, you know, the beaches, the water, the bridges. Like we have so much here. Long Island was an incredible place to grow up, and there's a ton of just amazing sights. It's beautiful. And so we are going to do all of this together. And so I'm so excited to get back into like my little travel mentality, my exploring mentality, and explore the place that I grew up, but do it with you guys and with some of my friends, potentially some of my family as well, depending when I see everyone and who wants to do what with me. You know, I don't know how long I'm staying here. It's going to be at least another few weeks, potentially a month or two, but then also I don't know where I'm going after. And so I'm going to kind of take this time here to really pray more about it, think more about it, and just decide what I want to do after here. Because this is not a long-term thing. I'm kind of just here for a little visit, like an extended visit, I would say, that I can see some people that I haven't seen in a while, and that I can explore my hometown, kind of, or my home island. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get back on the road in a few weeks or in a couple months, or if I'm gonna move somewhere else. I'm just not sure yet, but I definitely will keep you guys updated. But for now, we're back in New York, baby. So I hope that you guys are excited for some upcoming videos exploring Long Island. Because I know a lot of you guys haven't been here, because it's not like a place that you would ever drive through. It's an island, you know? And so I think it's a cool place definitely to have grown up, and then that I get to show you guys. So I hope that you're excited. I hope that you're subscribed, and I hope that you ring that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video, which is generally twice a week. And I hope that you're following me on Instagram as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys seriously for being here, whether I'm traveling or not. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys being with me through the ups and downs and the highs and lows, and you know, the changes in my lifestyle. I appreciate it more than I could ever tell you, and I really love having you here, and I love you guys all so much. So thank you again for watching my videos, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I love you, Jesus loves you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.